I get a cut. I think I'm top five. Top five.
Top five side ones, track ones.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Top 5.
I'm Kenton McDonald.
I'm Ian Howe. And today we have TikTok superstar sensation, Amy Kay.
That's a party whistle.
Oh my God, a real bona fide celebrity in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah, you know. Just
Welcome.
trying to keep it real on social media.
Yeah, huge in Colombia right now. So
Yeah, real big.
4 million. Big.
Yeah. They don't have a lot to do there, so TikTok's big.
Well, thanks so much for coming today.
I'm so excited to be here in the Top 5 Studios, which is real cozy.
Amy,
Yeah.
I am so stoked to have you here. And why don't you tell us what we're working with today? What's the criteria?
Yeah, today's topic is top 5 songs having to do with food.
Songs about food.
Songs about food. And I mean, it's all inclusive food. If you eat it, if it goes in your body, it counts.
Nice. I wonder how far anyone will take that, because all of mine, at least in the title, are
Food.
real foods.
Well,
so-
I just wanted to make it broad enough that if you wanted to include red wine on your list, you could. So,
Oh, yes.
you know, I mean,
I
Or-
excluded anything about drinks.
Right,
food and
it'd be
beverage.
too easy, it's
Okay, yeah.
on
I
list.
don't have any
But
beverages
then
either.
another
but
stretch might be rock lobster.
no, that is definitely about food.
Oh,
No,
It's about lobster.
lobster's food.
Lobster's food.
they're creatures. They're
That you-
beautiful creatures.
I know. I'm sorry to the vegans out there. Is this their trigger warning? There may be descriptions
Oh,
of
I have
meat.
I have several
Meats, yeah.
non-vegan foods mentioned.
Oh, mine's vegan.
Sweet.
I have
you-
a vegan
you're
menu.
starting off with Smith's Meat is Murder. Or...
It mentions
I guess
meat.
that would
That's not
count because
vegan.
it's got meat in it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this one personally because I kept like everything that mentioned food that came to mind. I'm hesitant to say because I'd hate for it to be on one of yours, but
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
oh, okay. Hong Kong Garden by Susie and the Banshees. You know, they talk about the chicken chow mein and chop suey
Yeah,
Sure.
and ordering the number 20. Would you like the 23?
yeah.
The number 23. Put your yens on the counter, please. Which I'm not quite sure if in China they have yens. I thought that was a Japanese thing. So,
That's a good
Yeah,
detail.
I think that's a good
yeah.
point.
don't
Up
know.
on that one.
But I didn't put it on there because it's not specifically about food.
Right. Or Ramones, we're a happy family sitting here in Queens eating
But
fried
it is
beans.
about food.
Or, you know, what about chicken vindaloo, you know?
Sure.
Wow, you guys just really went full steam ahead on critiquing this topic. Whereas I was trying to be like, everything counts.
Well, it's your rules.
This
It's
is
your
your
rules.
rules.
Anything if you want a red wine. And you're all like, no chicken vindaloo, no chicken lo mein, no number 26. Don't talk about the price.
I guess I should have just
All
talked
right.
to you directly instead of going through Ian. Oh my God, songs about food? What am I going to
He gives
do?
nothing away. You really have to dig for dirt with this guy over here.
My goodness.
Well, let's just get into it.
I think we
Okay.
got to.
All right, do I go first?
Yeah, what you got
Okay.
for number 5?
All right, for number 5, which I have the least notes about because it's my least favorite,
Sure.
which is Talking Heads, Sugar on My Tongue.
Very
Okay.
good.
Yeah, what do you think about that one? Do you know how it goes?
I cannot picture it right now. I sing it.
What?
Sing it.
I want some sugar on my tongue. You gonna give me some, put it right there on my tongue.
Are we sure he's talking about sugar?
I'm sure sugar's a food.
Sugar's a food. It's
Yeah.
it's my favorite food group.
Hell yeah.
So
The
Yeah.
top of the pyramid, of course.
But I will tell you this, that when I was choosing this song, I chose the Talking Heads version so that I could impress you. But the real song that came to my mind was the Trick Daddy version, which is actually from 2000. I wrote it down here. 5. Who's a booty rap star out of Miami, Florida. You know, Florida's my
Oh,
home
yeah.
state. So I just really wanted to come on strong with something from my hometown, even though it's really a song by the Talking Heads. And that gives me some street cred, I feel like.
I like
It's a
that.
real
Yeah.
whammy.
I'm
It's a
glad
real
you brought
whammy.
that up.
They both give you street cred, Amy.
Yeah. Thanks. But I'm surprised you haven't heard it, but that's okay.
I'm sure I have. I have just never, in recent years, given the Talking Heads time of day. I haven't, and
Yeah.
that's not exclusive to the Talking Heads. That's pretty much exclusive to inclusive to every band out there. I pretty much haven't been giving them time of day.
No, I do not
That's
listen
why
to
we started the
music.
podcast.
Yeah,
So
I don't listen to music.
I can try to get back into it. Rack my brain.
Talking Heads knowledge is pretty basic. I know
Yeah.
the first record as a record, and then
And
hits.
this would have been on there, yeah.
It's on the first record?
Well, okay. Some history, which is that it was meant to be on the first record, I think, but it wasn't on the album version. And then when they repressed it and
Okay.
made the new version, it ended up on that version.
It's the only record of theirs that I have. Then
Yeah.
I still might know it if I heard
Yeah.
the song,
But if you heard the Trick Daddy version, you may be inspired to dance at the club, meet a hot person, and grind on them. And who knows what happens after that. So,
that all sounds fun. Great number 5 pick.
yeah. Thanks.
Ian, what do you got then?
I have Beef Bologna by Fear.
That was one of the obvious ones that came to me
Oh.
after the fact.
It was the very first one that came to my mind. Songs about food. Yeah, beef bologna. My baby, talk about a low down skanky doo.
This is kind of the only. This is the only perfect time to be talking about this song, because otherwise it's just like, why is that song on the album? Like, why'd they do it?
I mean, the whole album is it's pretty out there. It's really out there for a hardcore record. You know, We Destroy the Family and what is it? Getting in the brush or whatever. Like it's got weird stuff on it.
Yeah,
but
I
this
mean-
one especially with the whole just guitar and vocals for the first minute of the song, and then only 40 more seconds of music.
Well, yeah, I mean, what really got me into Fear to begin with was the lyrical content.
We forgot to trigger warn the vegans about the topic on the one.
No beef was actually harmed
Harmed in
during,
the
during the recording
recording.
of Beef Bologna.
Yeah, strange song. Good song though. I like it.
Fuck yeah, man.
One time, Kevin Ruel and I in high school for some kind of coffee house or talent show kind of thing did a rendition of that with me singing and him just playing guitar. And I was supposed to give the lights guy a cue to turn the lights on, and just completely forgot to do it. So we just did it in the dark. You know, we were just up there in pitch black performing that song, just me and Kevin on guitar for a minute and a half, and then left.
I bet the lights guy was really waiting for the cue. He was
Yeah,
like,
but-
anytime now.
But I'm sure it was just over before he had any idea what was going on.
He's like, this must be the warm up. This can't be the song. Oh man, cool.
Yeah, what you got?
I got one by Sir James Pop,
Ooh,
Ig Pop.
Lord James.
Old James from his 1980 album, Soldier. Dog food.
living on dog food.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a
Nice.
twist.
Yeah, I really thought he was going with James Brown, the popcorn.
Oh no.
I didn't even think of dog food. I like how you made a whole case of what doesn't count, but dog food counts.
It's like you can eat it. He talks about living on dog food
It's
and how it's
true.
good for you and good for your brain. He makes a really strong case in the song for eating dog food. You know, and if you really want to be his dog, you're gonna have to get used to eating some dog food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Pretty sure Gigi Allen also sings about eating dog food.
yeah, he didn't cross my path for some reason. It's like my mind tries to block him out.
Have you ever eaten dog food?
Not that I'm aware of.
I've tried those cakes at your dog parties.
Oh, dog cake. Yeah.
I mean, those are pretty good. They could
Sure.
use, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've tried eating some natural dog biscuit thing, but I've never had like a can of like.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
I've eaten dog
Yeah.
treats. I've eaten dry dog food too. You know, just being a dumb kid trying to make people think I'm weird or whatever. not because I'm hungry.
Wow, it all
I'm
comes
signing
out
up.
on this show, doesn't it? Ian used to live on dog food. But yeah, that's my pick. I think it's a cool song, and food was in the name, so it made it really easy to, constitute it being food. So
Yeah.
And it's about eating it too. So my whole thing is like, I didn't want to use stuff like I love pie, and there's a lot of songs that are about pie, but I don't know if they're actually talking about pie.
Well, do you think he's actually talking about beef bologna and beef bologna? Because he's not.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think he's talking about?
I'll give you one guess. She just wants a double dose of my beef bologna.
Wow.
So like liverwurst?
It's a large penis, Amy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean, doesn't count. Well, that's why it's on your list. Like I said, I had my own little thing where I'm like, it has to be edible. They have to talk about eating it.
Yeah.
In its actual,
exactly
thing. So since Iggy was talking about eating dog food, that fit the criteria that I made in my head for
sure.
food. So
Yeah, and it's nutritious.
It's good
We
for your
learn.
brain.
We learn.
Just ask Iggy.
Yeah, man, you'll live forever if you eat dog food. Apparently.
Moving on to number 4.
Yeah, let's move on up.
All right. This one also comes from my favorite food group, and it's by our favorite '80s group, Echo and the Bunnymen.
Ooh, I love that
Yeah,
band.
you know this one? Lips Like Sugar.
Oh,
Do you know this?
I do know this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like sugar kisses. It's a
Absolutely.
yeah, and this song really did not do well in America at all.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, when it was released, people were like, "No, thank you. I prefer not."
I'm not surprised, man. People just don't know good music when it appears on the scene.
But nowadays, it's like one of their most known songs in America. So it really flipped the script. Who knew?
Hindsight 2020.
Hindsight 2020. Yeah.
Hindsight 2021.
Oh.
Ooh.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah. But yeah, it's a comes right in on my topic of food and
And you like it?
yeah, and I think another interesting thing about this song is it's a song that the singer really didn't like when they made it. They were kind of trying to make like a poppy hit, and he ended up thinking it was too like commercial radio, and so he really didn't like it, and then it became one of their better known songs to Americans.
And then he's like, I've always loved this song.
Yeah, he's like, later on he was like, maybe it's okay. Yeah, and this was also, here's a little known fact, covered by David Hasselhoff, who you may know as
the drunk guy from that video, I think.
the drunk guy from that video where he yells at his kid. Wait, is that the one?
Yeah,
He yells
with
at his kid?
cheeseburgers. He starts eating all the cheeseburger drunk in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves food too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so-
a whole connection. It's a whole connection.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
What about you, Ian? What's...
I have one from your favorite food group.
I hope it's not on my list.
It's a dessert. It's by a Belgian artist
Ooh.
by the name of Leo. The song is Les Bananas Split.
That is definitely my favorite food group.
Oh my goodness. And that's what the Dickies cover.
The Clorox Girls cover it. But no, Dickies have their own Banana Split song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Different.
Different song
Well, they're
about the
talking
same
about-
dessert.
But they had the same muse when writing this song.
Oh, well, the Clorox Girls, it's just they cover it on the 2007 BYO release with the French name. And he sings in French.
Perfect. That's probably how the mistake I made. Mostly. I knew what I was talking about.
Is it really about banana splits?
Well, that's a good question.
Hmm.
I think it's also about oral sex. And it's a little weird. She's 17 when it came out. But some of the translated lyrics, it's the dessert served by the abominable snowman to the abominable teenage kid. So lovely a dessert. Frosted kisses on white mountains. Looks like things get in motion. The whipped cream crumbles to avalanches.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's very on topic with your last song about the beef bologna.
sure.
Wow.
Do I sense a theme? Is this
Maybe.
going somewhere?
If I went,
Well, that's the end of it. My next one is so innocent.
you just gave me us talking about it out loud also just made me think of a completely new one that I'll have to put on an honorable mention. that is very just
Sexy.
It's not about food, but kind of is.
Well, I mean, the name of the song is Banana Split, so it definitely counts to me.
That is food.
That's a food.
Do you know the song?
I don't know this song, but I want to know if the Clorox Girls version was in English.
No, it's in French as well. The only
Oh.
word I understand is Banana Split.
Split.
But it's catchy. The Leo version especially is super good.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to that one.
Maxime from France gave Susie the 7-inch, the single for her birthday one year. That was the first time I heard the original version. I already knew the Clorox version.
Max
Clorox Girls
knows
version.
everything. He's the best.
He's a good one, and he's
Yeah.
especially knows French shit.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was gonna say.
Well, she's
it
Belgian, but
helps.
still.
He knows
yeah.
the language really well for sure. Also
Super
knows the
fluent.
language of rock, man. That guy can rock.
He really can.
Cool. Anything else about a banana split?
No, that's what I got.
That's good.
What you got?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Willy Bobo. You guys probably know this song, even though you're laughing. But it's like a 1966 fried neck bones and some home fries.
I don't know
Oh.
this one.
It's in movies. It's really popular. He was a percussionist predominantly. So a lot of the music is like solo, really like Latin inspired stuff. I think he was actually from Puerto Rico, or he was. That's where his parents were from, or something like that. But anyways, pretty interesting stuff, and that song is really good. And when I was thinking, all right, the only lyrics are fried neck bones and some home fries, so I'm like, all right, there's no doubt about it. He is talking about food here. So yeah, I'm like, that's perfect, man. Make it easy for me.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a cool song. And it'll be on this playlist that corresponds, so you guys can check it out if you haven't heard
Oh.
it.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
That's how it's working.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. I bet it's mostly percussion, you said? Or like instrumental?
It's full. It's very big orchestrated sound. But yeah, predominantly it's a lot of instruments you don't see in punk bands as often, aside from the drums.
A flute, maybe?
Yeah, there's something in there. There's a
Clarinet?
thing that makes a sound.
The twisty sound.
Yeah, there's the twisty sound. I think it's got the beads on the thing. I don't know.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's-
Claves, maybe?
Whatever.
That's not
they're-
twisty, but that's probably on there.
I didn't look into all the recording details on this, so I don't know exactly what instruments were used on it, but they used the exact right amount of instruments to make this song because it came out perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
Can't wait to hear it.
I can't wait to play it for you.
This playlist is going to be so good, man.
Hell yeah. Amy, what do you got?
Well, this next one I have here is we're really getting into the top 3, so I'm getting excited, and this is where I have the most notes because this next one is actually by a cartoon band.
Huh.
Yeah. Any guesses just based on that from the 60s?
The Archies.
It is.
Sugar, sugar.
Yeah, again, it's really coming in strong on my favorite food group,
No kidding.
sugar. And yeah, the Archie's Sugar Sugar. Yeah, and they were a Saturday morning cartoon band.
And that song is so good.
The song is so good. It's really good. And let's see, what did I write here about it? It was written for preschoolers, so it is about candy.
Oh, okay,
So
good.
there was absolutely no questions about like any innuendos in this song. It's really just strictly about candy because it's written for children.
Beautiful. Okay, that's great. I love a good, pure, sweet
Yeah.
jam like that.
And this is fun trivia, which is that it's like one of the only bands who never appeared together, never went on the road together, and were never interviewed together because they were cartoons.
That is
So
fun.
isn't that kind of fun?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You think they could just make a cartoon of them being interviewed and get it going, but it's never happened.
Yeah, no, that's not how it happened.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
And catchy little tune.
Nice little ditty.
Honey, honey.
Hell yeah.
Was
Two
that
Foods.
is it originally written for that show? Or
Yeah.
is it-
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
by the Archies. Yeah,
You know the Spice
And-
Girls version? Is that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
yeah. And then there's a music video with like some guy singing. So I don't know who he is, but yeah.
Well, that was sweet. Ian, what you got?
Well, like I promised, my number 3 pick is also very innocent
Oh.
and genuine. It's Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers, Ice Cream Man.
That is a good one.
Yes.
Wow, what a twist. I
Yeah.
like this. And it really flows nicely with Banana Split into ice cream. It was like
Yeah,
we went from
your favorite food
D's
group.
into, yeah, we're really sticking with the topic here.
Before we started recording, I told Ian that I think that I knew a few of his, but
This
so
one of
far
them?
it's not working out in my favor.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that you had this on yours.
That's what I thought.
No, I thought about it, but I thought that this would be a possibility for you, especially because I think you gave me your copy of the Jonathan Richman album that has this song on it, I believe.
This is on Rock and Roll with the Modern Lovers. I think what
Oh,
I
you-
gave you, it was a Jonathan Richman solo record.
Yeah, it's like I hear.
Back in Your Life, or not important. There's just a song on it.
It's not I, Jonathan. Yes, you gave me that record. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I love the innocence of Jonathan Richman
Me too. He's just so damn charming.
and the catchiness of his songs. And you were saying Sugar Sugar was a song written for preschoolers.
Yeah.
This one was definitely introduced to me as a preschooler, and that's when I was a fan
Wow.
first.
Cool parents.
Both
it-
my
was it
parents
that?
playing Jonathan Richman in the car, and literally in preschool, I remember listening to "I'm a Little Airplane" and running around with my arms out with the rest of the 3 and 4-year-olds.
It's
Some of
like
like my earliest memories.
that's so cool, and it's a shame that Jonathan Richman just didn't have the right market tapped into at the time, because he should have just been out there for children.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
what happens when you gear your band towards children is that the parents end up having to listen to it too. So then they get, he'd gain more fans by tapping into the kids.
Yeah, he could have made a cartoon.
It's not too late, Jonathan. Get out there, talk to your agent, and make sure you're gearing all your stuff towards kids. Keep it wholesome.
I'm a Little Dinosaur. As I mentioned before, the abominable snowman on the market.
Yeah.
He's definitely got enough songs to create a full album for children.
Yes.
Yeah. Mass appeal.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, Jonathan Richman.
He's a good idol for young children. Just the great guy that he is, I think everyone can look up to.
Never grow up.
My thing's going to make some noise. I can't even open it.
Crack it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's part of the aesthetic here. We like to have the listeners feel like they're in the room with us having a couple
Got some
beers.
ASMR.
Yeah, people love that. They
They
listen to
do.
that. They hate it too. So win
What you
some,
got?
lose some.
What you got number 3, man?
Oh, number 3. All right, this is a really, really good one.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
A little band called The Cramps. The song "Chicken"
Mm,
off of A Date
mhm.
with Elvis.
Yes.
He doesn't care if it's boiled or if it's fried. He wants the chicken. He's eating the chicken.
Yes.
It's about eating a chicken. And it starts off with a bark, bark. So it's like, it's nice. I love Lux. Everything about him I find very fascinating. And yeah, it's about chicken.
Yeah, I think that was maybe almost on my original list before I pivoted to my favorite food group.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, now we're going strictly sugar with you.
Well, this is about my favorite food group for me.
Okay.
and you, dog food, neck bones.
Yeah,
I
neck
mean,
bones,
this
dog
is
food.
like
Yeah, food. There's a loose,
bowl chicken.
Dogs eat chicken. So far, all of your
All of yours
your
are
songs
dogs.
are
They
as
shouldn't be eating neck bones. If you're feeding your dog neck bones, you need to stop right now. And I also think potatoes are bad for dogs.
but
Tell
chicken
me.
breast is great for that.
That's very good. A dog's gonna love that.
Yeah, a boiled specifically.
They do care if it's boiled or fried or
Yeah, unlike Lux, who doesn't care. A dog does care.
A dog does care.
respect the dog. Fuck the chicken.
Yeah, so that's
I like that. I like
that's
that one.
that's me there. Date with Elvis, great record. I I actually don't have anything bad to say about any of the records, but I thought I'd just put that out there. It's a good record. Go back, revisit it if you haven't listened to it in a minute. And yeah, and let me know if I'm missing like a Cramp song that is about food that I missed, because I knew there was one out there and I found it.
But there could be two.
There definitely could be another one.
Yeah.
Well, Amy,
Well, are you ready?
Amy, take it away.
From my favorite food group. And this song is also a classic song, which was #1 song in 1965 from the greatest Motown group of all time, which I listened to when I was a kid, just like Ian did with the ice cream song. And this one is by the Four Tops, super classic, which, okay, so people know the name of this song by Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, right? You guys know that one?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, that's not the real name of the song. The real name of the song is I Can't Help Myself.
Well, they say both in
Oh.
the song, so
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little tricky there.
Great
You
song.
think you're getting one song, and then actually, it's really a totally different song.
Did they think that was going to be the catchier part of the song, and that's why they named it the song?
Maybe
That
they
can't be it.
I don't know. I think it was one of those ones where they're like, "This is going to be the name of the song," and then the world was like, "I think it's actually called something else."
Like a daytime dilemma, if you will.
Sure.
Yeah, and then you have to go along with everyone else at that point in time. I mean, if you reach #1 and everyone's calling your song something else, you just go with that name.
Accept it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
The
because
people have spoken.
otherwise, what would you do? No one would know. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. What is it? Fuck, I can't think
Yeah.
of the name. Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
Yeah. And this is another one of those songs where the lead singer didn't like the song. And
Really?
he sang it anyway.
Even though all their shit was poppy, right? They're a pop band.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why he didn't like this one. He just thought it was like a little too like sugary sweet, if you will. But I think it's a great song, one of the most memorable songs of the Four Tops. And Kent and I got a little nice surprise in this one for you because it was featured on the soundtrack to Forrest Gump,
Oh.
starring Tom Hanks, your favorite movie star.
You know me so well.
Yeah, who got COVID and recovered. He was like one of the first
He was
people.
one of the first. He
Yeah,
got it in
he was one of
Australia,
the
right?
first.
Yeah, he's an American hero.
Yeah.
He is. He
And-
was
and
the
he-
first to give blood and try to figure things out. He's just, and him, his wife, Rita Wilson, also, we got to bring her up because, I
She
don't know
got
if
it
Tom
too.
Hanks would be the man he is today if it wasn't for the strong woman with him, Rita Wilson.
Yeah. And I do think that, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson getting COVID was one of the first, I think, times that Americans were like, holy crap, this is going to be a thing.
Even Tom Hanks has it.
Even Tom Hanks
It's
got
real.
it.
I was honestly scared. That's when it dawned on me that, oh my God, if Tom Hanks doesn't make it through this, I don't know if I want to live.
Yeah.
Can I live in a world without Tom? I don't want to know
Yeah.
the answer to that.
He's
And here
definitely
we
gonna
are.
die before you, I hope.
I hope not. But in a
Remains
way,
to be seen.
he'll live on forever in the great,
really
great
will.
films. Splash, to just name my all-time
Blonde.
favorite.
Bosom
Very
Buddies.
good. Bosom Buddies, incredible television show. Really where he's cutting his
Yeah.
chops.
My favorite, Castaway.
Castaway,
I
very
mean,
good.
I watch it yearly.
Well,
every year.
Zemeckis, obviously, they've done wonderful things together, including Forrest Gump, which we were just speaking
Yeah.
of.
Which might be my favorite, Forrest Gump.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
Long. So is Castaway.
Yeah,
He's got
Zemeckis.
He's got a lot to act about.
Oh my God, so much to act about.
When I choose a Tom Hanks movie, I choose from right to left. I go, how long is it? I want maximum Hanks. And that's how I choose.
And do you think that song was specifically chosen for the movie Forrest Gump because of his love for the box of chocolates?
Wow, that's a really good question. I don't think so.
Okay,
I think it was more just like a time, like throwing back to a time
sure.
that Forrest was alive and that was a popular song.
A
Like
nostalgia.
maybe, yeah. Like it's probably like Forrest in 1965, and they were like, "Well, this song was a #1 hit.
hmm
Pop it on."
Get the
Pay
rights.
pay the royalties. Yeah. How much does this song cost? Anything for Tom.
Yeah.
Put it on.
And it's also, you're going to make your money back a millionfold on that. So I'm sure everyone made a pretty penny on the deal.
Yeah. But,
Well, that's a great fun fact. Thanks so much for including that into.
I was reading about it and I was like, oh, Ken's going to love this one. Can't wait.
And I do. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You know Tom Hanks' favorite food?
I don't know anymore. At one point, I may have.
Neck bones.
I still know supposedly Danzig's favorite food, which is corned beef. So
Okay.
since we're talking about food,
Sure.
Well, Ian, what you got?
Number 2, I have a song originally from 1962,
Ooh.
not written by but performed by Dee Dee Sharp. But my version of the song
Was
is
maybe
from
by
1989. A
Mhm.
different Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Dee Dee King. Mashed Potato Time.
Nice.
It's
Classic.
the greatest.
Also innocent.
Also, the
sure,
spelling
yeah.
the spelling on the title is different because the DD Sharp is mashed potato time, where Dee Dee's, I believe, is mashed potato time.
Okay.
So
Say,
But
say
it's
one
a-
more time. I didn't catch
mashed potatoes, 2 words,
Uh-huh.
versus mashed potatoes.
mash potatoes. So no
Mhm.
ED.
Innocence in its ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Harry on backup vocals.
Classic.
That whole record, Standing in the Spotlight, you know, a lot of critics don't like it. I don't think they know how the fuck to listen to music. If you want to laugh and smile and hear great sounds, listen to this record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and haters confuse me.
Critics. I mean, what are they good for? Right?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
What a cool way to start a record. And it is so not a hip hop song. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this a rap record, and then come out with this like 60s groove and
I like that.
well,
I like that.
drive a Mercedes. I like to impress the ladies.
Can I make an observation that I think it's still a stretch to be calling the album a hip hop album?
Absolutely.
I don't think it was ever. I mean, it is definitely a rock album, I guess, loosely, but I don't know if hip hop is ever really the
I think
thing.
it spans genres.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can do a hip hop album and do a mashed potato cover on it. But
But then in his mind, he's totally rapping those verses. Like,
dude, he's busting some rhymes.
His mind. There's what's going on and what he thinks is going on.
and that's what's so special about that record. Is that he has no idea what's going on.
What I like about that record is that when I first discovered that record, it was still like actually kind of hard to find. I only knew a couple people that owned that record, and it was like, dude, check this out. Dee Dee had this solo record where he tried to rap.
Tried to rap.
It
dude.
obviously sucks so bad that I'm like, this is fucking awesome. You know? And over time, that level of, I don't know, fascination with it has grown, and it's become such a popular thing. Like the fact that it's on Spotify, you can get it, you can find copies of it. People are like bootlegging T-shirts of it, reissued.
several times. Yeah.
I never would have seen that coming in his career.
But it's absolutely worth listening to. It's truly fun, start to finish. Every song. I mean, and some of the songs on there are even further removed from the genre of hip hop than Mashed Potato Time, like Baby Girl or Emergency, which is just like a punk song,
German
or Baby Doll.
Used
the
to
German
live
hit, half
in
American,
Ber-
half German.
Half American.
That one's actually like a little more like, you know, like late 80s hip hop sound. And
He's trying to talk in a hip hop tone.
I love when in one of those verses he just stops. It's like, I got nothing else. It's like it's instrumental for the last little bit. He's like, that's what I got.
Well,
Rapping
when he's going in there
doing whatever he
improvising
does
all the
in German.
lyrics, like just on the fly, man, it's impressive that he got that far.
It's good to know when to stop.
Which I don't think he ever figured out.
Yeah. Well, he did right after that record. Stopped that career pretty quickly.
Hell yeah. Well, good choice to the king, man. Mashed potatoes. It was a dance.
It was, but it's also a food.
It is. I love mashed potatoes.
I know you do.
I think after macaroni and cheese, it's my favorite food.
We're talking sides here, yeah.
Yeah, it's the soft foods for me.
After the sweets, it's the soft and savory.
I'm going to make a great grandmother.
All right, Ken, what you got number 2?
Number 2, I'm glad you asked. So it's not the original composition of this song, but it's probably the one that you're most familiar with. But it is Tossed Salads and Scrambled Eggs from Frasier, sung by Kelsey Grammer. There's a really nice jazz instrumental version by the actual artist who I don't know off the top of my head because I'm just such a fan of Kelsey Grammer, like his acting capabilities. And you know what? What I relate to the most is I have actually eaten a tossed salad and scrambled eggs. And it's
In
not
the same
good.
bowl?
No, just like I'll make a meal. And
Egg
then,
and salad.
yeah, it's sad.
It
Yeah.
sounds sad. I would.
It's
Sounds
just
like what's in the fridge. Okay, this is what I got.
Which I really, once I ate it, I realized the whole premise to the show Frasier. It just dawned on me, like, oh, this guy's he's just a lonely loser.
Saying, what's in the fridge?
Yeah, so, yeah, I could have to throw in tossed salads.
That food sucks.
Totally sucks, but it's edible. All right, Amy, what do you got?
Moving on.
Moving on. And this is our number 1 song, right?
We
I just
are
want to set
on-
the stage. I just want to make sure that I'm on track because.
We are at number 1.
What's your number 1?
Okay, you guys, I've got a real banger for number 1. It's from my favorite food group. And it features such ingredients as peaches, cream, and a bottle of bubbles, which are all edible. But it really
You
takes
eat bubbles?
a bottle of,
Oh.
like, I think it means champagne.
Oh, I was thinking of a bubble bath.
Yeah, that's okay. But then it takes a turn, and it also includes things like bombs, phones, televisions, and mannequins. Oh my God, what could it be but the 1987 hit Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard?
Oh, my goodness.
A classic, right?
Yeah, no getting around that.
Yeah, everyone knows this song, right?
Everyone.
Yeah. This was the song that I was like, that's my favorite food group. And then I just kind of like went down a tunnel with what songs I was
Oh,
going to
yeah,
choose.
just being hot, sticky, and sweet.
Yeah, and it's definitely about sugar. So that counts. But, you know,
But
I
he's not going
mean,
to eat it. He just wants to pour it on him.
Yeah.
but it's in the name of love. So,
And it's food. So, I mean, it definitely counts. No question.
yeah, for sure. It's definitely about food. But, you know, I've got some fun facts about this song here, as you might know. But it was voted number 2 in VH1's 100 greatest songs of all time. Yeah, I know.
What?
Yeah, number 2. This show was made like sometime in 2006. So they only had what you could work with, you know,
Way back
until
in 2006.
2006.
when that still was the second best song.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it all checks out. All the good stuff came out after.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I just think it's got that classic MTV live video that goes along with it,
Right.
which is just like, you know, on stage, long hair, the outfits, totally 80s. I love that. And this was like the song that they tried to make a comeback, right? That dude lost his arm, right?
Yeah, we're in
You remember
nine-arm
that?
leopard territory here.
Yeah, he lost his arm in 84, and this was like their comeback album. And they were like, we're going to make it big. This dude learned to play drums all over again,
I
right?
saw the made-for-television movie about them, and it was inspiring.
Yeah. So this was their comeback album, and they spent $5 million to make this album, and it wasn't doing well. And so the record companies were like, well, what's that sugar song, right? Put it on the radio. And then all of a
Get that
sudden,
food shit on there.
put the food shit on. You know, people love sugar.
Mass appeal.
Put
Sugar
it
has
on.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember as a kid, like this was my favorite song. I had the Walkman on. When it came on the radio, I taped it off the radio. But this was also, for me as a child, a song of mistaken lyrics.
What did you think they were?
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't even know how I came up with this as a child, but speaking of France, I thought it was a freaking French song. And I would walk around being like, pour sang semble emblé. And I was like, but then I'd come right in with, in the name of love. I don't know, like, what I was, like, thinking as a kid, but, like... And I lived in a cul-de-sac, and let me tell you, I just, in a circle in that cul-de-sac.
Teaching all the kids French.
Yeah, I was like, dude, there's this new French song. And yeah, it turns out it's not French. But it is about my favorite food group, and I think that that's what makes this song perfect for today. And the last thing I'll say about this song, and you know, this is for all my friends out there who are listening today, but it's on one of my favorite soundtracks to one of my favorite movies, Coyote Ugly.
Oh,
I
Starring
just
Tyra
watched that.
Banks.
Yes.
Which has some great acting in it. So if that's your thing, check it out.
Yeah, that one did not come up on the fake bands for movies, but should have been an honorable mention.
It really should have been. Kirby.
Yeah, I definitely, my introduction to that song would be middle school dances.
Yeah.
It was like huge, school dance track every single time. Like,
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, progressive school, man. Just do some hardcore rock dancing, huh?
No, you start like
Slow dance.
Yeah.
In the name of love.
grinding. And
Oh,
then
freak
and then the
dancing.
teacher comes up and
Classic middle school freak
like, hands
dancing.
above the waist. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
A balloon.
that was a hand where that was a song where you wanted to get your hands
Up a
below
shirt.
the waist.
Oh. Or above, depends on where you're reaching.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dealer's choice, I guess. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that song on the school bus. Very popular radio hit, and the imagery in that song is very good when he's just talking about just being hot, sticky, and sweat.
Yeah.
Right?
From his head to his feet. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just dessert stuff,
Just dessert stuff. Well, the story goes is that they were in the studio kind of like trying to come up with lyrics to this song. And what they would do was one person would be on one side of the studio with the microphone and the other person would be on the other side of the studio and the microphone. And they just kind of like riff and like say some things.
I'm hot, so hot, sticky, sweet.
Well,
From my head.
and then they would switch sides and the other person would try to listen to what the other person said and guess what they said. And somehow Pour Some Sugar on Me came out of that. I just read it online.
He was speaking French. You figured
Someone
it
call
all
Max.
out.
Someone call Max.
that would be so awesome if it was actually that's how it came to be. Someone was speaking French and he misunderstood the lyrics and turned them into English. The same way you turn the English into French.
That's right.
So sweet.
That was sweet.
My number one.
Yeah, what's your number one?
I'm going with a healthy food group direction. It's the Ramones. Every time I eat vegetables, it makes me think of you.
Subterranean Jungle, great song.
Subterranean Jungle, last track on the album. Awesome song. A sad song about
Yeah, it really makes you have a bad association with vegetables, kind of, in that context. It's troubling.
Yeah. Sorry to bring it down.
It would turn a vegetarian to a
Vegan.
meat eater.
Maybe. If the heartbreak was that great.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Joey wrote it while he was actually in the institution about someone he fell in love with there, or if it was just about another lover who had mental issues, or if it was just a song. But it's about a girl who was a very good friend of his and is now in an institution in East Berlin. Yeah. But it's a great Ramones song.
Maybe she got out by
It's
now.
much better than Chop Suey.
It is.
And yeah, I knew you weren't going to pick Chop Suey. And I knew you were going to pick Every Time I Eat Vegetables.
Well, good guess.
Yeah, man. That's,
It's about food.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
yeah,
Vegetables.
not specifically about food. It's more about thinking of the this is just me diving in, if you don't mind.
Dive.
I'm gonna
Please.
dissect these lyrics here because it's really about the person. The song's really about the heartache that he feels for this person because every time they eat a vegetable,
There you go.
they
There's
have
the
to
food.
think about it. Yeah, so the action of eating is in there, which I appreciate. But it's the overarching theme of the song is more of a longing feel to it.
Right.
But you're
the
absolutely
food
right.
is just a reminder, but
It is just
it
a
has
reminder.
both eating and a food, vegetables in the name.
It's a beautiful song, though.
I like it.
Yeah, I love it.
I want some more of it.
I think one version of it is just fine, but I'll listen to it again and again.
Do you know what song we're on?
If I had to guess, it'd be number 1. Am I
Okay,
right?
okay. I'm just asking because sometimes
Good
we
question.
forget.
Amy. So what do you got, Kenton?
Yeah, what's your number one?
My number 1, it's off of an album called Big Lizard in My Backyard by a band called The Dead Milkmen. And the song is Filet of Soul.
Nice.
It's my favorite dish. Filet of Soul, baby. Yeah, to me that was the like of thinking about punk songs about food, and the Dead Milkmen are just kind of like a wacky band to begin with, and that song just stood out above all the rest in my head. They also have another great song off that record called Nutrition.
I was thinking, like, do they have? They for sure have more than one song.
Yeah,
about
yeah.
food, right? Yeah.
On the same album, even,
Yeah.
very rare, very rare in the 80s. So yeah, Dead Milkmen, they're like one of my favorite bands that I don't find myself listening to as frequently, So this is a great opportunity to go back and
Great
re-listen to
band
the
that
album.
I don't respect.
No, I'm not, like I have in fact, I have my my cassette tape copy of it came from my older sister, so it's like they've been around in my life for since I was very young, but they didn't seem overtly punk enough, like to seem like a punk band when I was really into the thick of it of punk and hardcore. And then it took years later of coming back to this band is awesome. Are you kidding me? And this record in particular, I still love maybe the most out of their entire catalog. So
They're definitely their own thing. You
They are.
got to be in the right mood. Couple tracks of theirs.
yeah.
I wholeheartedly stand by, but a lot of their shit I do not.
They just had so much fun with it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
it's goofball stuff, but then they got cuts like "Life Is Shit" or the other one with life in it.
the Outer Space one later in their career.
Yeah.
Life.
The Secret of Life.
Secret of Life. Yes. Sure.
I love that one.
Yeah. They have some beautiful songs and they
But
have
those
some
aren't about
annoying
food.
ones. Yeah.
Although the secret of life may be.
It may be the Filet of Soul. That might be the Secret of Life. They might be throwing back.
Is it the soul or is it SOUL or SOLE?
SOLE.
Oh, so
The
it's
fish.
a real fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't say that at the beginning. So for people who don't eat seafood, sole is a fish that people eat. It's a white fish. It's pretty good. I caught one in Alaska and I ate a fillet of sole and I thought about this song. In fact, this song inspired me to eat the fish instead of throwing it back.
Yeah. You're like, let's see what that song's about.
I want to know. I feel like it's important to try to get a deeper understanding for the musicians and songwriters that I have been fascinated by for years. So whenever I have an opportunity to really put myself in their shoes or be where they've been, I take that opportunity. And this was one of those.
In Alaska,
In
of all
Alaska.
places,
Yeah, I know. I guess Seoul is also in California and maybe other places.
Yeah, great.
Fish facts.
I like it.
Yeah, so I have like a ton of honorable mentions. Do you guys have any?
Hell yeah, I do.
Sweet. Amy,
Who
do you
goes
wanna-
first? Do I go first?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay, this was my first list.
5 to 1.
No, just
okay.
just random.
Gotcha.
Random selection on my first list, which was Cherry Pie by Warrant, Caught with the Meat in Your Mouth by Dead Boys,
Ooh, good one.
Oh yeah.
Cheeseburger, Gang of Four, and Peaches by the Stranglers. And then when I got to Poisson Semblable by Def Leppard, that was when I really pivoted and was like, oh man, what if I just did all songs about sugar? And my mind just went in a direction.
That's exactly what we should do. We just kind of have fun with it.
Caught with the Meat in Your Mouth is an especially good one that I wish that I had thought.
I thought
That's right up there with
surely,
beef bologna.
I really thought surely one of you
Yeah.
would say that. I mean, yeah,
It's a tricky subject because there's no ultimate database for songs about food to choose from.
and there's so many. There really
So many
are
songs.
so many
Yeah.
songs.
So it's what comes to mind. It's not.
yeah. What about you, Ian?
Well, first of all, I want to give an honorable mention to roughly half of the Mean Jeans jingles collection.
Good call. Yeah.
Uh,
Taco Bell, Kraft's macaroni and cheese.
JBC.
JBC. Yeah.
That
Light 'em
probably my
Alive,
favorite
Coors
one.
Light.
That you can eat that. Yeah.
The
can definitely
Sizzler's
eat
also
that.
very good.
Applebee's. Yeah, plenty of songs about food there.
Wow.
God bless them.
Yeah, they actually may have the most songs about
They
food
might.
than any other band. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, especially on that record.
Oh yeah, specifically that
you know
record.
who else I should give an honorable mention to? The Undertones. So many songs about chocolate.
Huh. Which is
Mars
my
bars.
favorite food.
Yeah. They have the whole record, more songs about girls and chocolate.
Wow.
They like to sing about food,
Huh?
sweets.
Cool.
Also Blaze Foley.
Blaze Foley, Fully Blaze.
Big cheeseburgers and good French fries.
Yeah, good one.
Great song. What you got?
Got a handful if you got time. You guys listening?
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. So for a couple hip hop numbers, rap stuff, Cold Limpin' with Flavor from Public Enemy is great. He's talking about all these flavors and bags of Frito-Lays and French fried potatoes. He really rattles off a lot of great foods, and it's maybe the only time they let Flavor just do his own thing, and they realize, man, this is a train wreck. We can't let this happen again.
That's why he wears the clock, so you know when to turn him off.
So you know what time it is, boy. Tribe Called Quest with Ham and Eggs.
Nice.
There's a song called Fried Chicken by Nas and Busta Rhymes, which is good.
Oh, if I can make a Nas interjection here.
Sure.
Main Source, featuring Nas, his record debut as a bonus on that song, Live at the Barbecue.
Live at the Barbecue. All
Great.
right.
Great track.
It's where it's all happening at, apparently. And Ice-T also has a song called Fried Chicken as well. It's not as good.
He's kind of like a main entree and a beverage
He's like
combo with that one.
He's kind of like a step up from D.D. King on that one, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, and then there's some more like instrumental ones, like Green Onions and Hazel Atkins, Peanut Butter Rock and Roll, which isn't actually an instrumental because he says yeah and yee-haw occasionally towards the end. But it's really blown out and a really cool rock and roll song worth checking out. He also has another one about called No More Hot Dogs, and it's more about cutting off someone's head so they can't eat any more hot dogs. It's kind of dark, but it's pretty cool also. So if you're a fan of the Cramps and you're not already listening to Hazel Atkins, check them out. There's Defenders with Taco Wagon, another instrumental number.
Taco Wagon.
The Kinks have a couple off of an album called Everybody's in Showbiz. One, which is very good. It's basically an instructional on what types of food there are and how to then process them and eat them, chew them up, swallow them. It's called Maximum Consumption. And then they also have another one on the same album called Hot Potato. The Turtles also have another really good one about food called Food.
And they're a food named band. I mean, you can eat turtle soup. Hello.
But yeah,
turtle in the
people
room.
eat
Does
that.
that turtle
some
have
places.
ears?
does.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm
Hears
sorry.
everything.
I'm
But
sorry.
he only speaks French.
He's already
so-
super
Oh, he only
depressed.
speaks French. Thank God.
Another. So this is a new one that's kind of on my radar. Originally, when I first was trying to come up with an initial list, like you, Amy, I was trying to go with my favorite food,
Mm-hmm.
pie. So I tried to first look into every song about pie, but a lot of them aren't actually about pie. As I
What
read
about
into
Warren?
it, yeah.
Cherry pie. I mean, that's definitely about pie, and that's my favorite kind of pie.
No, because she's my cherry pie.
Yeah, which is
He's
delicious.
just singing straight to the pie.
It looks so good that he makes a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie. Yeah,
Yeah.
a slice.
Well, the one I'm thinking, my friend Colleen sent to me by Golden Smog called Pecan Pie,
Mm.
an acoustic number, folky element, but more modern. But it's a good song, and as far as I can tell, it is actually about pecan pie, which is in my top 5 favorite pies. So,
I'd throw it up there for mine as
Love
well.
pecan pie.
Yeah. it's a
so I
good-
felt
good
like it's
pie.
definitely worth talking about. On the more bluesy end of the spectrum, we got Robert Johnson, the Red Hot. Hot tamales in the red hot. Yeah, you got them on the hot tamales in the red hot. I love that. You know, he's the original rock god on the guitar, you know, straight from Satan.
Spicy.
Learned how to play guitar. So, mad respect to Mr. Robert Johnson. Sonny Boy Williamson the second, Good Gravy, another one there.
I love gravy.
Gravy. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Devo does a version of Bread and Butter. I think the original one's done by the New Beats.
They sing about potatoes too, right?
I Am a Potato is another one of their songs as well, but it's not really about eating food. So, again, I had to leave it off. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. Well, that list really made me remember another great food song, which is the hot dog song by Andy Place and Ian Howe, which not many people have heard, but maybe one day on this podcast you guys can introduce it or something. Play it for everyone.
Yeah, maybe
That's a
we'll
possibility.
Yeah. Coming up next, the hot dog song by Andy Place and Ian
Yeah.
Howe.
This could be a place to feature some unknown music.
Well, it won't be unknown for very long.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
should we play some top 5?
Let's play the top 5.
I'm down to play some top 5. What are you thinking, considering?
So, I mean, there's nothing jumping out at me as far as our picks of an obvious artist to go with. So let's go with an artist named after a food.
Sure. And I can tell you that most of the artists named after food, I probably don't know a lot of their songs, such as the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Strawberry Alarm Clock.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Great food. I love that food.
I
A
love
lot of good food.
Cults for food.
That's a meal.
Yeah.
Let's do Pearl Jam. No, let's just do the Jam.
The jams. I mean, that is absolutely a food, and I can probably fuck with that.
Never heard of them.
Oh, really?
Oh, just kidding.
I think out of everyone I know, I think you'd love it the most, Amy.
I certainly do.
You want to name the 5 Jam songs you think are the most listened to on Spotify?
Yeah. Well, there's only really a handful that are all that popular from the Jam, right?
I think they're all really good,
Yeah.
but I
Well-
don't know what the.
What the masses think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my first Jam song that I ever heard that really got me into the Jam was Modern World.
Same, actually.
Classic. Yeah. That's Entertainment. I mean,
100%.
wonderful
hit.
song.
One of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah.
Are you going 1 to 5 or 5 to
No,
1 here?
I'm just shouting
rattling
them
them
out.
off.
Got it.
I'm riffing off the seat of my pants.
Riff on.
And I mean by this paper. Art School,
Uh-huh.
London Girl, and then my favorite. So I guess I am saving one for last, which is my favorite, which is In the City, taught to me by Ian Howe at the suggestion of Samia, and later became a Cool Heads cover. Which I think it was a request. It was a special request for us, and they meant a different song called "In the City," but we played "In the City" by The Jam.
What other song is there called In the City?
I don't know, but we immediately went to this one.
That's exactly what I would do.
Who
Yeah.
requested it?
It was a wedding song that we played.
Okay.
Yeah. We played this song for a wedding. It was requested at a wedding that we played. And yeah, and then
Now I
afterwards
recall
it was
that
like,
wedding.
that wasn't the "In the City" I meant. And I was like,
And now they're divorced.
Well, you
Sad
know. Sad but true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought maybe you knew. But things happen, and it might have been because of that song.
Yeah, off to a rocky start.
We ruined the wedding in so many ways.
I've got plenty of crossover
Of
in my
course.
list. I got a number 5, In the City.
Classic.
Number 4, Modern World.
Love it.
Again, the first Jam song that I heard. Number 3, Going Underground. Number 2, That's Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And number 1, Town Called Malice.
Mm.
Are you
Great
doing
hit.
it in that order? I'm gonna reorganize what I think.
Based on my opinion?
I
That's
gotta
fucking bullshit,
reevaluate.
dude.
Mine was
No.
random except for the one.
Yeah, what you got?
I think that starting from the bottom, probably English Rose, which that was the hardest one because there's another one I think that might squeeze in there. So I'm gonna feel really stupid if it's not. And then I have God, what do I want? Number 4, maybe Modern World. I think it's number 4. And then I'm gonna go into Going Underground, Entertainment, and A Town Called Malice.
Sounds pretty familiar.
Hmm.
I would just like to say I really hope Away from the Numbers is on there because that's one of, if not my favorite Jam songs.
Which one?
Away from the Numbers.
Okay.
But not good enough for you to put it on your.
I just don't think other people have
Mm.
as good of taste as I
So we
do.
look it up.
Yeah, so we'll get into it right now. Pull it up and see how we
I
did.
can't wait to see. Do you think "In the City's going to be on there?
I do. That's why I put it on my list.
I just wanted it to be.
It's a very, very good song.
If you wish hard enough, sometimes your dreams come true. Blow out the candles.
Batman, number 1. Come on.
So many nights.
So yeah, number 5 with almost 9 mil is English Rose. Then we have with 13 mil In the City,
That's my
made the cut. Then 32.5 mil, we got Going Underground. You're 2 of 3?
Yeah.
Well, number 2 with, oh shit. So we're gonna, technically this is, Going Underground is actually more popular than this song. I didn't read that, but it's, That's Entertainment with only 29 million. So that's technically the third. And the second would be Going Underground. And number 1, big time, is Town Called Malice.
Wow.
With 98 million.
4 out of 5.
Was Modern World in there?
Yes.
Was it the last one?
No, it wasn't in there.
It
Oh.
wasn't in there. I was like, did I not hear it? Did I forget it?
Oh,
Wow.
that was the one I missed. Okay.
Huh. And that
Yeah.
was the first Jam song that I think I ever.
Do you have English
Heard.
Rose too?
No.
So which ones did you have?
Do we get points?
I had Town Called Malice, That's Entertainment, Going Underground, Modern World, In the City.
I only had Entertainment and In the City. That came up. Wow, I can't believe Modern World's
2
not
out
on
of
there.
5. Okay, I had. So Modern World's not. Modern World was not on there.
Right.
That's fucked up.
So I have 4. I have That's Entertainment, Town Called Malice, Going Underground, and English Rose.
All right.
Tie game.
Very good.
I lost. No big deal.
Ain't no thing but
Wow.
a chicken wang, having to smoke out in the dungeon with the Mary Jane. Another great song about food.
Yeah.
Outcast.
Peanut butter jelly time. That's another one.
Yeah, it is.
Man, there's a lot of food out there.
There is
I'm fucking
so
hungry.
much food. I know. I kind of am too. I mean, I've been snacking on this candy bar. Typical me.
Favorite food group.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna eat some dinner.
Yeah, well, I would like to take this opportunity to let people know that even though there are a lot of songs about food, there's always room for more. There's a lot of food out there. And if you want to write a song about food, I'd love to hear it. You can send that to me at podcast.top5@gmail.com. Send me your tracks.
Amy, thanks so much for coming today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here in the Top 5 Studios and to see my friends.
Yeah, it was a
This
real
was-
pleasure.
Yeah, this
And-
was a
Thank you.
blast. Thanks
fun,
for coming
fun
out.
topic.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks
Really
for having
made
me.
it your own.
I got to put my own twist on it.
I love it. All right. Well, thanks a million, Amy.
All right. See you later. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
So Kenton told me about the subject of this week's podcast, and the first thing that came to mind was that the first time that I was in France, I was in Paris with my family. I was in middle school, and one morning my mom came up to me and she was like, "Andrew, can you run down to the shop and get us 2 baguettes, 2 long pieces of French bread for breakfast, because the people there were cooking up something or other and wanted some bread, right?" So I was like, "Why me? I don't speak French." She was like, "Don't worry about it. I'll teach you what to say. Just walk in and say, 'Bonjour, madame.'" 2 baguettes, s'il vous plaît. 2 baguettes, s'il vous plaît. So don't worry, Amy. This song's in French, just like you thought.
This has been a Top 5 production, produced by Kenton McDonald. Our theme song was by Ian Howe. Our logo artwork is from Andrew Colgan at Studio AYC. Edited by Kenton McDonald, with editing assistance from Ian Howe. And a very big thank you to Andrew Bassett for today's outro music. And if you'd like to request a criteria, you can email us at podcast.topfive@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.
I just picked 5 songs and then we listened to them, even though in my librarian brain, who knows all about copyright, I know that would never happen. I don't know why I was thinking that. And then we talked about the 5 songs that I liked. And I didn't think I had to listen to you guys talk about your songs because, why would the fuck would that be interesting? So, I was prepared.